So Chris Salvador back now with a viewpoint on who Superman should be. I think we all like Brandon Routh. I had a pitch that if you see my YouTube videos, I called Bryan Singer's company, Bad Hat Harry Productions. I was going to do a movie called Superman Subordinated. It was going to include Mixius Pitlick, and it was going to really go into the world of imps and the cosmic cubes. And I wrote it as a comedy, and it was called Superman Subordinated. And that was the villain, was Mixius Pitlick and Lex Luthor. And I wanted Zach Braff to be Mixius Pitlick, and then I wanted them to continue after Superman Returns with the same cast. So now they're going to reboot that, and now all that's dead, and it'll never happen, and all that stuff I wrote is dead. But what can they do with Superman? Who can they cast? John Hamm has been getting a lot of attention simply because after Superman Returns, Mad Men came out, which is the perfect vehicle to show off how good he would be as Superman. The problem is Clark Kent is so ridiculous a notion that a guy like John Hamm would just put glasses on and wear a suit and no one would think he's Superman in the work office when all they do all day is look at pictures of Superman and put them up. It's just ridiculous not to think, hey, this guy's connected to Lois Lane. Wouldn't he be connected to working in the office? I mean, it would hit. I mean, it's happened in other movies. In Superman 2, it happened in Superman Returns. People have always guesstimated that Clark Kent could be Superman. And once you get that idea in your head, you pretty much can just look and see he's not at work. He's off saving the world. So John Hamm is not going to be Superman, so let's not talk about it. I think he would have been perfect as a Superman, but as a Clark Kent, is this story going to be about Clark Kent? I don't think so. I mean, they said that it was about him deciding whether he should even be Superman, and I really think that's a bunch of bullshit. I think what we really need to see in the Superman movie is how the hell does Superman save billions of people every day and still have a social life? We're talking about 24 hours in a day, and right now I can give you 12 countries, and let's say that 100 people in all those countries are going through murders, crime, domestic violence. The big ones are like the Chilean miners and the things like that. People trapped in a mine shaft, airplane falling out of the sky. Those are the big events. Those Superman we see in big events, and that rarely happens in world occurrences like World Trade Center, 9/11, or the Pentagon being attacked, or a war. So what Superman is really dealing with is crime on a minuscule level. And I mean, the thing we never see is him going after, let's say it, niggers. He never goes after blacks. He never goes after all these black people that get arrested all the time for going into crime and things like that. So you think in Detroit, what is Superman doing in Detroit? What's he doing in Los Angeles, South Central gangs? What's he doing in Michigan? What's he doing in Wisconsin? There's so many impoverished areas. What is Superman doing around those areas? And they really never show him encountering a black force of people who are like, yeah, motherfucker, get away from me, I'm stealing this television. You never see that kind of element in Superman. So that's what I'd like to see, is how the hell he deals with that. And another thing I've always wondered about Superman is when he's listening, how does he hear someone in, Vietnamese saying, I need your help, Superman? They're speaking in Vietnamese. Does Superman speak the language of everybody's language? The only way I thought that this is the only idea I can come up with, Superman must be able to hear the heartbeat. And I guess if it's a heightened heartbeat, he knows these people are in trouble. But other than that, I mean, the people can have heightened heartbeats running. You know what I mean? So how does he not get confused and go, shit, I went to a place, I thought these people were in trouble, and oh crap, it wasn't. Doesn't that waste flight time? How fast does Superman fly? Because in an airplane, he's flying faster than airplanes, but we can see him. And you can see an airplane when it's flying. So you see Superman flying super fast, but he's probably going at, 500 miles per hour, 700 miles per hour. How does he get around the world when it takes an airplane or jet plane at least an hour or 2 hours to get from one location to another? And while he's going over that location, what if someone let's say he's flying over a location and he's going back to the metropolis, what if somebody at that point below is dealing with a wife that is getting choked, or someone had a home invasion, or there's a robbery in progress? So it's interesting to know there's so much going on with Superman. How does he work realistically? We know he goes out into outer space and he listens, but that's so vague. It's like saying he goes on his email account and he reads every email. There's millions of different languages. What about Hebrew? What if somebody's speaking in Aramaic and they need help in Jerusalem? What if somebody needs help in Portugal or Haiti, or an earthquake or something? It's so. How does Superman help people when he can't even touch people without? He's the Man of Steel. If he touches you too hard, he could break your bones. He could break your body. And the Incredibles made mention to this when he caught a guy and he broke his back. And he was like, well, with counseling you'll forgive me. But he was like, the guy was committing suicide and he caught him and he broke him in pieces. And then the people on the train got hurt in the Incredibles. Why doesn't Superman hurt people when he's trying to help them? So these are the things I want to see. As to who they can cast, well, that's just going to be everybody. It's up for everyone now. Everyone in the world now can send in, I think, a good YouTube video or a good, resume somewhere. And if you look kind of like Brandon Routh, I guess that's the thing. If you look like a young Brandon Routh and you have some acting ability, try it out. So I'm interested in seeing the Superman reboot. I don't know who the villain is. It might be General Zod. It might be Brainiac. We might still see Lex Luthor. We might see Darkseid, or we might see Doomsday. Pretty much one of those five. So, we'll see.